Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got an extra special video for you. It's going to be a little bit long, but it's going to be all about my favourite ship in World of Warships Legends, and that is the KÖNIGSBERG. Now I'm coming up to 400 battles in this ship, so I've used it quite a bit. I absolutely love it and adore it. I use it for all of my grinding, and anytime I just want to sort of have a bit of fun. Now, for those of you that don't know, or perhaps you haven't played World of Warships Legends, or you're just a very casual player, it's a Tier 4 German cruiser. Now, here's a little bit of detail on this page about it. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about its real-life history as well. So, a few of the in-game bonuses. It has main battery turrets that can rotate the full 360 degrees. Now, I'm going to go into some detail about that in this video. It's one of the things that makes this ship so good, in my opinion. It has extended sonar. The sonar's range and duration is increased. Sonar in this game is very important, especially when you're coming up against enemy destroyers, when they're popping smoke, launching torpedoes, hiding behind islands. And in this ship, of course, you're in a cruiser, so you're doing a lot of anti-destroyer work and anti-cruiser work. So more often than not, you are going to be in the heat of the action. And lastly, it's sparkless, which is below average chance for HE shells to cause a fire. Now, her strong point definitely is her AP shells. That's another thing that I really love about it. You can really go for those citadel kills. The HE shells, though, are fantastic for anti-destroyer work, and again I'll go into a little bit more detail about that later in the video. But all that means is whenever you are hitting enemy ships with your HE shells, you've got less chance to cause a fire. Which, look, it is, when you compare it to other ships, you will notice it in a game when you're firing volleys, and you know, sometimes you can be very unlucky and it takes a long time to set a fire. Other times, especially against certain battleships, it can be quite easy to cause a fire, and you'll be getting a few roaring on their superstructure and decks, no problem at all. So it's a little bit hit and miss with the HE. That is one thing to take into account, but the majority of the time you will be enjoying your armor-piercing rounds, so you will be using those a lot. And she is, of course, armed with many torpedoes on port and starboard side, so that's another bonus. But again, we'll go into a bit of detail on that. Okay, so below all of that information, we've got a little bit of detail about the ship. Now, it says it's a light cruiser with artillery and torpedo armament that was quite powerful for her size. KÖNIGSBERG was the first among German cruisers to be equipped with aircraft handling equipment. One of her key features was the unconventional arrangement of her aft main turrets. Now, she entered service in 1929, and there's 3 ships in the series. Now, her sister ships are actually the Karlsruhe, which is in this game, but it's represented as a Tier 3 cruiser, and the Köln, which at this stage is not in World of Warships Legends. I'm not sure if it's in the PC version. If someone is for some reason watching this and they have it on PC, maybe they could let me know. Now, just a little bit more detail about that. Now, she entered service in 1929, but she was actually laid down in 1926. And she was actually launched 26th of March 1927. So it actually only took about a year to build her, which is pretty great. And then she was actually commissioned on the 17th of April 1929. Now, she had I guess you could say, shortish combat career. She was sunk on the 10th of April in 1940 in Norway. Now, the complete story of that, without going into too much detail, she participated in Operation, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but it's Weserberung, which was the invasion of Norway in April 1940. And while she was there, she was actually very badly damaged by Norwegian coastal artillery. She was pulled into the harbour and actually, unfortunately, was sunk by British bombers the next day. The wreck was raised in 1942 and broken up for scrap the following year. So before that, she was really used as a training ship. She did see some action, you could say, in the Spanish Civil War in the late 1930s, but yeah, so unfortunately, she had a very short career. Now, I'm just going to have a little bit of a look at here. She's a beautiful looking ship. Now, I do have the permanent camo for her, which you have to purchase through the World of Warships store. Essentially, all that replaces is the funnels. They become this beautiful red, and really sets off the ship. I'm very much a German player, so I'm a little bit biased, but I think she's absolutely beautiful. So streamlined, massive, powerful guns, and I do love those red funnels. Okay, so I am going to just say a couple of points here before I go into a bit more detail about why I love her so much. Now, one is, of course, her torpedoes. Now, one of the great things is that she has 4 triple torpedo launchers. So 2 on the port and 2 on the starboard, which is really great. You can all your eggs are not in one basket, if that makes any sense. So you can come in, do a nice portside torpedo run, switch, and use your starboards, and allows you to take on multiple targets. And in the some of the videos, you'll see what I mean by that. But yeah, her torpedoes are really good. Torpedo speed of 64 knots is nice. The range is a bit shorter at 6 k's, but for a Tier 4 cruiser, that's very much usable. Torpedo detectability range by sea is 1.3 k's, which is pretty good. Maximum damage is 13,700, which is really nice. So, you are one-hitting destroyers, and you're sinking cruisers reasonably easy. Sometimes it can take quite a few to, if you can't get all of them on target, to get a battleship, but damaged battleships and stuff, it really is a danger to them. Reload times is 68 seconds, which, look, isn't too bad, and you do have a port and starboard side, so you can get multiple launches out of it, and it's 6 seconds turn time, so the torpedoes are actually pretty good. I actually really enjoy them, and I use them a lot. I almost use this ship, in a way, as a larger size destroyer, as I do really love being a destroyer captain. Possibly the most in this game, but behind that is a close second is the KÖNIGSBERG. Now, her artillery is really enjoyable. I have to say her guns are so accurate, as opposed to some of the German guns. Some of them are great, some of them are a little bit hit and miss with accuracy, but they're usually pretty powerful and have a good firing arc. Well, these are fantastic. The grouping of your shots sometimes has to be seen to be believed, and against enemy destroyers, when you've got HE shells on, which I'll show you in a little clip soon, it's very deadly. I would almost say her bread and butter is destroying enemy destroyers. It's so satisfying. It's really enjoyable. So you can really go hard on those capture points where the destroyers are capturing and hanging out, and flush them out and destroy them in pretty quick order. And of course, you've also got your torpedoes as a backup. So her main batteries are the 150mm guns, and she's got 3 triple turrets. So as you saw earlier, she has 3 to the rear. Oh, sorry, 2 to the rear, and 1 forward. So what that means is, you might say, oh, wouldn't you want 2 fore and 1 aft? Well, yes, that could be quite good too, but what I find she excels at is coming in towards a target and giving a low profile. You've still got your triple turret at the front. Then you can turn and give a broadside. And as you turn around and sort of make your escape, you've got 2 triple turrets at the rear firing. So yeah, it really makes for some quite satisfying gameplay. You've always got guns on target. Now, one of the unique things about her design, I wish Warships would do this, where you could actually have a play with the turrets while she's here in the dock, but I do have a little bit of footage that I'm going to show you in a moment to help explain what I'm going to try and explain. It's actually easier to show you. But these 2 rear turrets have a 360 degree turning angle. So what that means is these turrets are able to spin all the way around. Now, some ships, the turrets can only come to a angle sort of like so, and then if they want to turn around the other way, they've got to go all the way back around. This ship, if I was to be going forward and having these guns pointing in a sort of, let's say, a 10 o'clock sort of angle, so somewhere along here, and all of a sudden I see a destroyer coming at me off my starboard side. Instead of having to turn those guns all the way around to here, as is the case with many ships, I can actually just swing them like this. And it makes for some very, very quick target changes. The amount of times it's saved my ship's life, or got me an easy kill, or helped out teammates, it's crazy. And you'll come to love the design of this ship, and it's something you'll wish a lot of your other ships have, because it's such a massive bonus. Now, she's not alone there. She's not the only ship with this this design layout, but it is fairly unique. Now, as you can see, the rearmost turret and is quite off to the right. So you do have one side is a little bit better for firing with that turret, and vice versa with the other turret. So that is something to keep in mind when if you are going, say, one-on-one with a target, but it does allow you some flexibility. Now, that was me trying to explain in words, and you're probably scratching your head going, okay, I sort of get it. Well, here's a bit of footage of me trying to show you what I was talking about. It's not the best footage, but I think it'll help explain things. Okay, so here we go. I hope this is going to help. It's actually a lot easier when you see this in practice. So I'm just going to be coming forward here. As you can see, as soon as you start doing that, your guns move into the forward-facing position, which is, as I was saying, one of the best things about this ship are these guns. Now, I've got my guns just over to my left there, like I was saying, at about that 10 o'clock point. As you can see here, then I switch, and they move straight over. And again. So you're just able to really maneuver your ship so easily to get your guns to switch, especially if you have multiple opponents, or perhaps you decide to change your mind and you swing to another ship. Okay, so I've got a Königsberg out there to the left, so I just angle my ship over to get sort of a, I guess you call it semi-broadside there. I stay over on that angle. Now you can see that rearmost turret, because it's over to the right there, is a little bit blocked. You need to give a little bit more angle, and there it is. So yeah, nice citadels. Now I have copped a little bit of damage there as well, but yeah, got a little bit of a fire too. So now I've come straight, now I've angled again, and I've got the guns on the other side. So I'm still able to pursue the Königsberg. Getting some good AP hits. Now I am getting quite a bit of HE damage there. But yeah, look at that one-on-one there. I've got really good amount of damage, and she's gone. Okay, so I hope that helped explain what I'm talking about. And it's something, if you start using the ship, it'll become a lot more obvious. I'm sorry that I can't perhaps explain it perfectly. Now, survivability is pretty decent. Now, of course, my Königsberg is completely upgraded. Do bear that in mind. When you first get this ship, the stats will be a little bit different. But this is a fully upgraded Königsberg. And I do have a fully upgraded captain as well, so which I also will be having a look at soon. So her hit points are over 24,000, which is pretty good. Her armor is 10 to 100. Now, her probably one weakness that I will say is that definitely she's on the lighter armored side. You do not want to be going broadside with too many enemy ships in the Königsberg. You will be destroyed in pretty quick order. Now, especially some of your ships with a lot more guns, so quantity over quality, or especially battleships, etc. They can destroy you in one barrage. There's no doubt about that. But one good thing about this ship is her maneuverability is really good. You're able to present yourself as a very small target. She's a very slim ship. And as I just mentioned with the turrets, you're able to really present yourself as a slim target and bring out your full complement of guns when you choose to. So you can definitely, and I have done it many times, go one-on-one with the battleship and just come screaming in, making yourself a very small target. The battleship's firing at you, can't hit you, and you're just turning slightly, getting your full guns complement, launching HE, setting it on fire, getting in close, and then launching a torpedo barrage or finishing it off with AP. And yeah, as I say, I do quite often use her as a large version of a destroyer. Now, rudder shift time is 6 seconds, which isn't too bad. Turning circle is 680. Look, she's pretty long, reasonably sized. Maximum speed's 36.2, so she's pretty quick as well. Now, concealment, it's decent, but I wouldn't say it's a strong point, but it's good enough for what work you'll be doing now. Range by sea is 11. You know, that's probably 11 and under is your prime accuracy points for these guns. They do go longer. Range by air is 6.9, which is pretty good. Guaranteed detectability of 2, and while firing in smoke is 5.4, so that's pretty decent. Now, of course, you don't have a smoke generator on this ship. Oh, I wish you did. So there's some just some early details about this ship. So now let's have a bit of a look at some of the camouflages that you can throw on. Now, as you can see, there's more options than the ones I have. These are just a few of the ones that I have available at the moment. And she does look pretty cool in a lot of those camos. But yeah, after purchasing this camo, I've been very happy with the look of it, and this is how I run her all the time now. I think it just looks stunning, very clean, not tacky, and the red funnels really set her off as a bit of a warning to look out, because she is a monster. Okay, so now I'm going to just show you a little bit of footage. These are just some clips of what she can do. Now, these are torpedo clips, some footage of her doing damage to destroyers, and you'll see what I mean about the accuracy and power of the HE shells that she can use. And also some AP shells, which is probably her strong point. She's considered on many ships out there. But I'll go through and sort of describe them as we go along. So I hope you can enjoy this little clip of KÖNIGSBERG action. And yeah, I'll take you through it. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to remember what all of this footage is. But so here we go. So I have the traditional destroyer coming at me. I have the HE rounds on, and bam, fires, incapacitation. And I've got a second broadside for her, and she's gone. So I understand she was already damaged, but that's how quick and easy it is to defeat destroyers with these guns. They're so accurate. Once you get the leading quality of it down, yeah, especially at those closer ranges, you're able to do some really good damage. Now, there's some really good damage on the New York as well, so this is just some more HE. Even at this kind of longer range. Now, I think about 11 k's and under is pretty good range for this ship. Now, as you can see, there's the using that gun traverse again to sort of make myself a smaller target. I'm still able to get some shots from my forward gun off there. Sort of lost my tracking there a little bit. Coming in for a deciding to do a little bit of a torpedo run, evidently, which is something that I do quite often. As you can see, I'm just making myself a very small target for the battleship to attempt to get me. She's going broadside now, which is even better for me. So I'm a nice, tiny, slim little target. Now I move over to the left for my torpedoes. Launch those two lots off. Now I am broadside, but I'm going to try and attempt to turn back here to try and protect myself a little bit. Looks like she is aiming at someone else though now. It's a nice fire set there. And here come my torpedoes. It's a satisfying sight when you see those coming in. There goes the New York. Okay, so here's a nice easy target here, nice Omaha. I've got my AP on. 2 citadels gone. Whenever you see an Omaha, just destroy it. Now I'm lucky here, the Pensacola's pretty much stationary. I think I missed with this first barrage because I thought she was sitting still, but she is moving. She hardly has any health, but even at this long range of 12 k's, got some nice rounds coming in here. Nearly got her. Give her a little bit more lead there. There's a nice tight grouping coming in. She's gone. Okay, so we've got some HE on right now. So I'm obviously expecting to have a destroyer pop out here at some stage. I'm sort of going through the islands. There's a nice Emerald. Now she's at full health right now. So we've launched a bit of a HE barrage on her and we've switched over to AP. So even that got a citadel. Again, she's broadside to us, so we're going to turn here to protect ourselves a little bit. There's another citadel for you and an incapacitation. Now, I think someone else helped knock her health down a little bit there. We've got some more rounds incoming. I'm sticking with the AP. She's given us a nice broadside target. And there we go. 2 citadels. So that was 4 all up. Very nice work. So that's what the APs can do, especially those broadside enemy cruisers. You won't have too much effort in getting AP citadel hits there. So again, now I have my AP on. I think I'm expecting a ship to probably pop out here somewhere. I've got a destroyer to my left there, but I think on this one I'm coming up for... I see the Britannia coming in here. I think easy target. Now I do have a destroyer there to distract me, but no, I'll stick to my guns, but torpedoes here. I'm nice and close. She's not going to be able to do anything at such a close range. Now I did launch my second lot of torpedoes a little bit behind the first, just in case she really turned hard or something. And she's got 3/4 health there, but that doesn't help her with my great torpedoes there. Okay, so here we go again. We've got a lot of targets sitting here, a lot of options. Looks like I'm going to hit the Furutaka with some AP there, get a nice citadel. Someone else has helped me out there a little bit. There goes 2 more citadels. She's a sitting target, that's really too easy. And it's good night. Alright, so we're coming up on the Britannia here. Now, I've got a nice option here of HE to start some fires happening, which is usually a good idea. Get some, disable some components or incapacitations and get her using her repair module. I think I'm going to try and come in here for another torpedo run. And getting some little bit of HE work done here. Got a couple of nice fires there. Who says it has a low chance of setting fires? I'm getting close to my torpedo range there. You can see me checking it. Giving her some more HE. Getting some good fire damage there, racking up some good points. Just laying in with the HE. As you can see there, I've got so many fires happening and getting so much fire damage on her that that's going to get the job done. So yeah, these HE rounds they're no slouches. I'm not going to set fire to everything in the world, but and then what do we have here? Ah, the Omaha. I wonder how quickly she's going to be destroyed. Sorry to laugh, Omaha captains out there. We've all had to use an Omaha at some stage. If I had switched over to AP there, I probably would have got quite a quicker kill, but there was no rush there. She got a little bit of damage on me though, so I'll give her credit there. Now it looks like we've got a destroyer here making a run on our battleship, and I've decided to come over and give her a bit of support. Now I've got the HE rounds on, of course. Now she probably doesn't even know that I'm there. Looks like she's going to try and come around that island, so I think make the decision here to intercept her on the other side. We don't want that destroyer well, A, making her way down to our base there. We've got another couple of ships, or B, chasing us as we're going to make a push towards the enemy base. Hope you're enjoying this commentary. I really enjoy commentating on some of my previous games. I sort of remember some of them. So any moment now, she's probably thinking that she's going to come around using the island for cover and come back around to one of my battleships. But I think she's just crapped her pants a little bit and found me waiting for her. There you go, nice broadside there, just basically taking her out, and she's gone. It really is very satisfying when you see destroyers at close range like that. This ship just takes care of them in no problem at all. Okay, so we've got the Omaha. Got a good bit of a theme there, isn't it? It's quite a nice torpedo launch there. Behind that, I think it was a battleship. Was it a cruiser? I'm going to launch some fire over the island there. Now, is she going to keep coming and run into those torpedoes? Let's hope so. But here I just pull up using the island for a bit of cover there. There's a lot of enemy ships on the other side of it. The torpedoes are on their way. It looks like she has continued on. No, she's done well. She's cut it close to the island, but we've kept our HE on now. And now we've got our other side of torpedoes, which is one of the great things about this ship. As I mentioned, has port and starboard side launchers. So just when she thought there were no more torpedoes coming, there's a whole heap. And she's gone. Poor Omahas. Okay, now we've got the Kirov. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with French and Russian ships. So they are on the newer side. I know I like destroying them. But yeah, here we're using a bit of HE there just to set them on fire there. Get a bit of... Now her repair module's been used. We're going to switch to AP. Some nice damage there. And looked like she was on... coming on this side of the island. Nice citadel. Ooh, and there's a some very nice damage being done. And again, she's just coming closer and closer and being more of a broadside target for us. My initial torpedo runs missed. I'm going to stick to the AP. You can see those guns are just so accurate. They just the bigger the target, just the more guaranteed you are of not missing. And our torpedoes would have finished her off there, but those AP rounds just completely did the job. Okay, so now we've got an enemy battleship here, the Ishizuki. And she's completely broadside to us. We've got our AP rounds on today, so can have a bit of a shot with AP on an enemy battleship. Not a huge amount of damage there, so I'll switch to HE. Probably a little bit better option right now. Going to be well out of torpedo range, but there you go, we set a nice fire. Going to keep those HE rounds going. Getting some good, little bit of HE damage there, but we're getting good fire damage. Now the other enemy ship, obviously it's probably another battleship there, is putting the hurt on her, but our fire damage keeps on going, of course. She can't outrun the fire. And there she goes. This ship's not just all about AP. Now we have a Svetlana. Now these I really love destroying. They seem to have quite weak armour, especially on a broadside. Got our AP rounds incoming there. Some good damage there. Other rounds incoming. You can see it's pretty quick firing, Königsberg. Some really nice damage there. Just going to keep the pressure up. Just presenting a nice broadside target here. And again, you know, you're looking at 2,000 plus for each broadside. Now she's coming into my torpedo range there. Decide to give her one burst in case she kept coming. Looks like she's going to outmaneuver those. So we're going to... Oh, there's a nice 3,000 lot of damage. Keep those AP rounds going. Again, I'll launch off my second load of torpedoes, but we'll keep the AP rounds in going. Now her torpedoes have launched. Definitely don't panic in the Königsberg when you see them coming from that far away. You can easily outmaneuver them. No issue whatsoever. Now she's struck an island. 2 citadels and she's gone. Alright, so now we have another emerald. She's nice and close. So I'm trying to edge here for my torpedoes, which are just coming available now. She's very close, but she's gone, which is quite upsetting. But look what we have, Karlsruhe just behind. Now we're going to shoot off a couple of launches here, I think, of torpedoes. So close. Probably can't see me at all because of the smoke. It's worked in our favour. There's some good AP rounds there. Even my secondary's having a bit of fun. Karlsruhe is a bit slow, poorly armoured, and she's gone. Now we're just cruising along here. Looks like we're going to swing back, and we see that there's a enemy KÖNIGSBERG, so we could see that on the map that she was there somewhere. She's almost in torpedo range again. We've got, of course, our torpedoes on the starboard side now, after using our port side torpedoes, and she looks like she's swinging around behind the island. You're going to use that as a bit of protection, but it doesn't always work that way. We're getting quite close now. Again, that's the smokes there getting in the way. And there is a wreck of a ship there that I've got to wait to launch my torpedoes around, but I am detected now, so she'll know that I'm there. She turns. I've got my AP on. A little bit of damage there, but she is becoming broadside now. And that makes her a very easy target for another KÖNIGSBERG. Torpedoes aren't really an option here. She's going to get behind the island, but I don't think we're going to need them. And there she goes. Okay, so there you can see a bit of what I'm talking about. Look, perhaps you'll be a lot better in it than I am. Perhaps you'll be worse. I'm not too sure, but I hope your experience, if you do end up getting this ship, is a great one. Now, one great thing about her is that she's at tier 4. Now, if we just have a quick look here. Now, to get to the KÖNIGSBERG, you obviously get the Dresden. Dresden to Kolberg, you can probably get done in a matter of minutes. That's no stretch at all. The Karlsruhe you will have not long after that. Now, she's actually a very enjoyable ship to play with as well. It's one of the ships I also use for grinding, just because she has so many guns. And you can really just sit there with the HE and just spam enemy ships, and she's quite fun to play. She also has torpedoes, which is great, and has the good sonar that the KÖNIGSBERG has as well. So the Karlsruhe sort of gets you a little bit, what would you say, in the mood, and get a little bit of experience in the kind of ship that you're going to get to when you got the KÖNIGSBERG. But it will take you no time at all to get to a tier 4 cruiser on the German line, and she's a very fun ship to progress through her upgrades. So let's have a look at a little bit more detail here. So let's have a look at my upgrades that I've performed. So as usual, I would say 99% of the time I probably perform this upgrade or modification, whichever way you want to look at it, which is available straight away on the KÖNIGSBERG, and of course it helps a lot. Now, dispersion of main battery is -7, so that's going to help what is already a strong point of this ship. Your torpedo launcher traverse speed speeds up a lot. Your secondary range gets a lot better, and the dispersion of the secondary battery is better. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, and it's very cheap too. I believe it's 200,000 credits. So yeah, very easy. Now there's only 2 upgrades, so and they're right at the beginning. So you know, you'll have no problem getting these upgrades done at all. Now, what would it have cost to do the hull? I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry that I can't remember how much that was. But I'm sure it wouldn't have been too much. But it is something that I would recommend doing straight away. As soon as you get to that first upgrade slot, I would do the hull, just to get as many hit points as you can. This ship already suffers from a little bit lighter armor, and you are going to be in the firing line on the front lines there, so every hit point helps. So it also, I think it increases your rudder shift time a little bit, and perhaps upgrades your secondary gun turrets. But I'll recommend that as your first one. And of course, that just leaves the second one for the well, you don't have much choice at all, do you? So the second choice is your targeting system, which helps with your range, which brings it up to 14 Ks, which is definitely no slouch. You'll definitely be getting hits at longer range, but yeah, like I said a bit earlier, I believe about 11 Ks and under is your optimum range, and if you can get down to about 4 to 5 Ks to 6 or 7 or something, you will be absolutely smashing enemies. It will very rarely miss a single shot. It has a very straight trajectory, very direct, and it's really a joy to use. It's probably one of the, in my opinion, one of the best guns to shoot in the game. And this is all available at Tier 4. What a bonus. Now in the loadout, of course, you get your sonar, which is extremely handy. Extremely handy. And you will be using that quite a bit. And I also use it in conjunction with the catapult fighter. Now, of course, at this stage in Legends, there's no aircraft carriers, but I use it for its spotting capabilities, and it definitely comes in handy. And again, you're going to be right in the action, so all these kind of things help. Now, boosters at the moment, all I'm running is a little booster to help with the speed, which is pretty handy, and just a little credits booster, just because I generally tend to do a fair bit of credits, and I do use this as one of my primary grinding ships, so why not? Now, as we've spoken about earlier, I do use the permanent camouflage, which is the minus 4.5 and plus 4.5, which is really cool, very great, and it's permanent there all the time. And I have my early adopter flag. Okay, so on to my commander. Now, I know there's a lot of argument for who would be better as the commander. I just use Gunther Luchtjens. I think that was just the commander I had early on when doing German ships that was a cruiser commander. So I just started upgrading. As you can see, he's fairly well completely upgraded. Now for inspirations, I use the shell grouping of my guns improvement, which again is only a good thing, and the AP shell penetration multiplier just to help me with those attacking those citadel hits. Now Gunther's base trait helps your AP shell damage. You can see a bit of a theme here. Now these are just my personal preference. Now I do use Gunther obviously in all of my cruisers, so some of these might not be specifically for Königsberg, but this is just what I run, and I can use this setup in all of my German cruisers. Now I do have all the German ships, so I tend to have a bit of fun and use them all, but yeah, this is just what I use. So I actually quite like this one, which incoming splash damage is minus 7%, and my guns have a bit better traverse speed. It also shows how many ships are targeting me, which I quite like, so I know I have to get the hell out of dodge and get behind an island, or maybe do some maneuvering. I find that quite handy. Now I do have the speed increase option, which I think is another great thing. Makes enemy ships targeting you more difficult and gets you into positions better. And again, there's another bit of a theme. Increases the maximum speed. So already I've got my shift time and my speeds really bumping up, and my AP shells doing more damage and better grouping. And of course there are other options in this list that are really good, but this is just what I'm running. Also, again, the rudder shift time, because I really want to be nice and maneuverable, maneuver around those torpedoes and maneuver into position, and the steering gear repair time is improved as well. And in the legendary category, I'm bumping up my reload time of consumables and the number of charges, which is really great. So yeah, this is that's my setup for Commander. Of course, there's many other options, but yeah, this is the one I really enjoy. Okay, so that's been some details of this ship. I hope you've enjoyed this first part of the video. I'm going to be leaving you with a recent battle of mine. I thought you might enjoy it. It's not an overly long video, and it has a very good ending. A very enjoyable ending. Pardon the pun. And yeah, I just thought I would use it. I mean, I'm going to be putting a link in the description below to some of my Königsberg battles that I consider to be some of the best, and that's of course some of the Kraken Unleashed medals that I have with her. There's a video where I first unlocked the camouflage for this ship as well, and yeah, just some details below. So please check those out as well. But yeah, at the end of this this video, I'm going to be sharing a recent battle with you. I'm going to do some commentary through it as well. Now, please excuse the fact that at the time I was grinding, and while I'm grinding, I'm also generally watching YouTube, so I can get distracted. And as you'll see at the beginning of the game, I get quite distracted, and basically I drive into an island, and I get stuck, and I get hammered. But from then on, I actually do pretty good as I start concentrating. Please excuse the fact. I know it's a very bad habit of mine, but it's one way that I catch up on my YouTube is when I'm grinding on World of Warships, and I definitely love doing the two, and I find it quite hard to do them separately. So quite often, if you notice in some of my battles, I'm suddenly seem to be not paying attention. It's probably because I've got YouTube on in the background. Something has caught my attention. But thanks so much for watching this video. At the end of the clip, I will just finish up the video. I won't be joining you again. But I just want to say how much I love this ship. I've got many ships in this game. Again, I am a bit biased because I am predominantly a German ship player. But I recommend this ship so much. It's so fun. It can be a little bit of the old risk-reward, but that's what makes it fun. I don't like just a big, fat, armoured ship that's just going to sit there, take damage, and you I don't know. I find that a bit boring. I don't enjoy battleship battles so much. I do like cruisers that are a bit faster, require a little bit of challenge and a bit of skill, and I do love destroyers, especially for, of course, that reason. But the Königsberg just sort of, I don't know, it fits me perfectly, and I think it's well worth a try. Now, if you're going up the German line anyway, it's quite an easy ship to visit. Nuremberg is basically just a much bigger version of it, and then you're going all the way up to the Hipper. Now, I find at the very top tiers, of course, cruisers tend to get a bit punished, get a bit of a bad rap. Unfortunately, that's sort of what they're designed for. But the German cruiser line, say up to tier 5, is I find ultra comparable and very dangerous. So I highly recommend going up this line. You'll get to the Königsberg very quickly, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now with that gameplay footage, and I hope you'll check out some of the videos in the description below. If you do have the Königsberg, I'd love to hear what you think about it, and if you do get it in the future because of this video, please let me know and tell me what you think about it. Am I right or am I wrong? What do you find are the good points about it? What do you think are the bad points about it? And I hope you'll check out the rest of my channel. I have a lot of World of Warships videos. I try and do a lot of videos just from a normal point of view of a normal player. I don't go into a lot of commentary, and I don't make all of my videos oh wow, I get 8 kills every game, because I don't. But I just try and do realistic videos, the kind of videos and games that everyone would play. So I hope you can enjoy some of those. I've got plenty of other videos on my channel too. I've got a lot of other hobbies. I've got a lot of videos of those, and videos of some of my holidays and travels, and just a lot of random videos that I think you might enjoy. So yeah, hopefully you'll check out the rest of my channel. I hope you've really loved today's video, and I'm going to leave you with a bit of a fun battle here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, well, thanks for hanging on so long. This has been a very long video, but I really wanted to share some details about this ship, and I really wanted to add on this little battle I had just recently on the end of it. As I mentioned, I was watching YouTube at the time. I believe it was actually a World of Warships YouTube video I was watching. And I get very distracted here, which happens all the time. So essentially I am grinding at the moment. So I was just having a bit of fun when I got home from work. So I've just put on the accelerator to full, and I check out the Iron Duke there. Think, oh yeah, I'll shoot off a few HE rounds here. I think this is where I start watching a bit more detail on the YouTube video. Not really paying attention to where I'm going, but I'm like, oh, that's not going to be good, and hit the island here. But yeah, still continuing to let off some of these HE rounds, thinking I might get the Iron Duke on a bit of fire damage there. And those incoming rounds start happening now. I'm well and truly spotted here, and there's a lot of enemy ships with a lot of guns pointing towards me. And as you can see there, I've probably 2/3 of my hit points are gone already. Now I've got the HE round still setting a bit of fire, and that goes a little bit more damage for me, but the fire's been put out now on the Duke, so I just keep the HE rounds going, fully expecting to die at any moment actually. Luckily for me, I think that's another nice fire. Luckily for me, most of the ships targeting me are sort of coming in behind islands now and are losing line of sight on me, or their guns line of sight anyway. Now luckily I still have my fire extinguisher and repair going, so I can use that my power and my pretty quick acceleration to get out of there. I've pretty much have wasted this game. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to be dying any second now, but what the hell, I've hardly got any health left. There's no point me trying to hang around for the entire game. Let's just have a bit of fun here. So of course Marblehead's coming around. I've got my HE on. Now I'll switch to AP because I'm in a pretty good position here to get an AP broadside on her. And of course she starts turning, but get a nice little shot away there. Now I'm going to launch, I think, some torpedoes here, just in the imagination that she might run into them. Marblehead's reasonably... Oh, there's a nice citadel there, because she's on broadside with me. Now she has got some torpedoes coming my way, but I'm not too concerned about those. I turn around the other way anyway, thanks to my nice manoeuvrability there. I haven't got much to worry about with the torpedoes. My torpedoes are heading in as well, but yeah, my AP is really doing her damage still. And there we go. She's out of action, so I got an unexpected kill there. As you can see, thanks to my fire damage and the kill I've just got there, I've got over 37,000 damage already. Now I've got the Karlsruhe way off in the distance there. Getting a few nice little long range AP shots. Now I'm fully expecting to die at any moment. That Karlsruhe is getting a bit of a long range damage on it there, probably thinking, what the hell? Again, I'm just waiting for these battleships to line me up. Everyone seems to be ignoring me. Maybe they think I'm not much of a threat, am I, to be honest? Very little hit points left, and there goes the Karlsruhe. Now I probably could have almost got that kill as well, which would have made it a nice 2-kill game already. Now I've got 42,000 points of damage. Now I'm sort of doing a little bit better. Now see over on this side here, there's a lot of battleships here. Now I figure maybe there might be some chance for me to get a little torpedo run in before I'm destroyed, because there's a another Svetlana just sitting there firing over the island there, which is getting some nice damage. And then I see a nice Iron Duke, I believe would be the one I was getting the fire damage on earlier. Now they are, unfortunately they're not in a position to get some torpedo strikes on, but they are both in a position for me to get some more HE. So I've set another fire. So as you can see, even though it has a low chance of causing a fire, it can still happen. I'm getting some quite good damage there on the Iron Duke. Now she did have another battleship right behind her. I figure, well, why not come in here? She probably doesn't even know I'm coming, or not even concerned by me. I can come in here and get a couple of nice torpedo runs on these two battleships, and you're about to see something that doesn't happen every day. Has happened before on occasions, but I think you can imagine what's going to be happening here. So yeah, getting a nice close range now with this torpedo run. Now I can see the other battleships coming in as well. Now I'm figuring one of them is probably looking straight this way, but neither of them are. They've got bigger concerns. So there goes my first launch, and there goes my second. Now these torpedoes are going to track pretty good. Now luckily these ships are not only me damaging them, but other people have damaged them. Now I'm gone, but my torpedoes stay true. And there you go, almost simultaneous destruction. So I get the nice double strike medal there. So that was a lot of fun. So thanks for watching this video. Like I said earlier, please check out the rest of my channel. I hope you've enjoyed it and got something out of it. And I really look forward to making more videos for you in the future and answering any questions you've got about the beautiful Königsberg. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.